Hi, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I'm making some tags today and I wanted to do a little bit of a tutorial to show you how I did this sort of vintage modern mermaid tag. And I'm using very simple products. I'm not doing anything crazy or expensive, and I thought I would just do a quick tutorial, show you how I did it, and that there's a lot of options to do it. As you can see, that's like a little bit torn a little on the edges. I did not do that on purpose, but I like how it acts and how it looks. So you need tags. Now you could use, pre-bought tags, dies, tag punch, your silhouette, your cricket, whatever to cut them out. What I did is I took the cereal boxes, so you can see cereal boxes, and I just took a tag that I already had in my stash and I just traced it. Yeah, I do have a silhouette and I just bought some tag dies, but I just wanted to do something super simple and traced it, cut out a bunch of them. And then I took this old book that I found at a thrift store. It's a French English dictionary from 1955. And I don't speak French, but I think that's pretty cool. And I loved the way the pages were. So pretty much I just take a page. It doesn't matter, which one. Now this paper is very, very flimsy, which is why I'm putting it on one of these. Because as a tag, this would really not hold up. So I'm leaving this as the back. And then on here, I am putting glue and then gluing it on to there. I'm going to use this Scotch wrinkle-free glue stick. That way I'm not getting the paper wet. All right, so. And then the way that I line it up to make sure that the words are even is I just line the top up with one of the lines of text, just like that. Okay. And then I take a pair of scissors and just cut around it. Now you don't have to use, you don't have to do book pages. You can just use a plain tag. But I found if you go to thrift stores, you can find dictionaries, older dictionaries, pretty inexpensively. And I think I paid 20 cents for this dictionary. So there's a lot of pages in it. There's a couple hundred pages in it. So you think about how many tags you can get for 20 cents. That's pretty good. All right, and so I love how it tears a little bit. It just looks so vintage to me. Okay, and then I took some brown ink. I'm just using this Stampabilities. I do have Distress ink that I'm just learning how to use, but I am not using that in this tutorial because Distress ink is more expensive, and I'm trying to show you how you can make these really inexpensively and on a budget. So $2.99 for the brown ink pad at Hobby Lobby, and when they're running their 50% off sale, I only paid $1.50. I have an ink blender here. If you do not have one of these, that is fine. You just kind of start off. I'm using my craft mat. You just kind of get a little bit on the edges, and as you can see, it kind of pulls it up sometimes, which really adds to the tattered effect. If you do not have one of these, you could use a makeup sponge, you could use a kitchen sponge, or you can always just take it and flick it onto the edges like this and get a little bit that way. It just kind of makes the edges look finished and vintage. Okay, so there's our tag there. And then you're going to pick a stamp set. The stamp set I'm recommending, and the one that I used, is this stamp set from DoodleChips Creative. This is the Magical Peeps stamp set. It's brand new, and it has a mermaid and a narwhal and a unicorn. The reason I like this stamp set is because it's very whimsical, but when you add it to something very vintage like this, it totally changes it up. So you can pair this with bright colors, happy colors, all that sort of thing, and make it look very modern. But when you add it to something vintage, it gives it another dimension. So I want to show you. I put the clear stamp on my acrylic pad, and I am using, again, Hobby Lobby brand, a pink and a purple, and I am just kind of stamping pink on part of it and then coming in with the purple on the other side like that. I'm not worrying too much about heavy ink on it because I want it to look a little bit ethereal. So then I'm just going to place it on my tag and press down, lift up, and there. I love how the two colors just kind of blend in, and look at, now you have kind of, it just makes it so beautiful to me, so pretty, so I can't think of the right word, but lovely, I guess. And then to finish off the top, you could just use a single hole punch and then put some ribbon in it like so. But if you want to do what I did here, I'll show you how I did that. I have a hexagon punch here, and I just took some paper. You can use any paper, but I wanted to really use muted tones. Punched it out, and then if I had a little brown left on there, I just went around the edges, folded it in half, put it all over the top, and I use my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. You could use any stapler. I'm going to show you with the tiny attacher. I have a green staple in there, okay? But if you do not have the tiny attacher and you just have a regular like school stapler, let's use that, and I'll show you that works well as well. Okay, so I'll show you how that works just fine. Then I just took my scissors and cut off the edges flush with the tag. And there we go. Now, let's do another one quickly, and let's try a unicorn. Okay, so we're going to set those two tags aside. We're going to grab another one here. We're going to grab another vintage dictionary page. Excuse me. Sorry, my son was talking to me. Okay, so I'm just going to grab another page here. Repeat with the glue. Line it up. Cut it out. Also, you could add a lot of other elements to the tag. You could add lace, or you could add enamel dots, you could add washi tape. You don't even have to use a stamp set. This is Magical Peeps collection, also has a digital kit with papers and ephemera and things like that. That would also be great to use. Okay, so instead of using the blending tool, I'm going to go ahead and just show you if you don't have that. Okay, it's not going to be as soft of a blend. It's going to be a little darker. Show you the difference side by side. Okay, you see it has like a distinct dark edge, whereas this one is like a softer. Okay, so there's the tag, and then we are going to clean her off. I love the feel of these stamps. I've used a lot of different acrylic stamps, and a lot of them, probably because I buy cheap ones, but a lot of them seem really flimsy. These ones are nice and sturdy. They hold up really well. So I'm going to put her back in the set and pull out the unicorn. And there's other little stamp elements in here as well that you could use with them on the tag if you wanted to. All right, so for our unicorn, we're going to keep with the pink and purple theme. Of course, unicorns should be pink and purple. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little blue. Let me grab my blue or my green. Here's the green. Let's add a little bit of green as well, because unicorns are super rainbowy, right? I don't know. Okay. Love it. Just super light in the background. Okay. And for this one, we're just going to punch a hole